looking for me, Dad?
Yeah, you have one last opportunity to change your mind.
Oh, it's too late. I'm already committed to the medical convention. Besides, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, come on, Alan. You must be joking. A week with a bunch of doctors, packed into a second-rate hotel like a bunch of sardines, dining on chicken and mashed potatoes for a whole week. Look, I'm offering you sunshine, relaxation, beautiful...
With the family.
I've already told you Monica is not coming.
It isn't really the point. I gave a promise to my friend I would sit in on the panel for him, and I've really got to keep my promise.
Okay, there's no point in beating a dead horse. But you will allow me to fly to New York with you, huh?
Why?
Well, I had Randall make reservations for me on the same flight that you're taking.
Oh, yes, of course. We can fly together, sure.
I'm having a limousine pick me up at the airport and drive me to Southampton. Well, you ready to go?
We've got plenty of time. Come on, let's go get a cup of coffee.
Oh, Alan, it's...
I'll walk you to your gate.
In a moment. There's no particular rush. We still have some business to discuss.
You're talking about the sword. I told you I'll find it.
Remember, we don't need any kind of publicity.
My people will be discreet.
And thorough, I assume. They must search every possible place that sword could be hidden.
They'll find it. Trust me, Maggas.
I did before. Don't disappoint me again, David. Get the sword of Iskandar from Spencer, or suffer the consequences.
Here it comes. Well, it's just Joe 19.
Hi, sorry I overslept.
Not by much.
Can I have some coffee?
Oh, sure, I'm sorry.
Thank
Here
you.
you go.
Did you sleep?
Well, technically, but not really.
What does that mean?
Well, Robert and Tiffany were on watch all night last night, and, well, I just came on.
So then you did get some sleep. I'm really glad.
I said, not technically. I mean, I was in bed, but I didn't sleep much.
Were you worried?
No, I don't think it was worries. I was having this nightmare. It recurred. It's not the first time I've had it either. See, what happens is that I'm on this ship. Not this ship, but I'm on a ship like a ghost ship, like in a Claude Rains movie or something, and it's moving through the fog, and it's night, and I can't see anything, but I hear a wreck, or a ship runs aground or something. So I dive into the water because I hear a woman scream, and I swim over to the wreckage, and there's David Gray, and he's got the sword of Iskandar, and he raises it, and...
You woke up?
In a cold sweat. So, how'd you sleep?
Fine. Did Robert and Tiffany find Gray or anything on the ship?
No, baby, nothing at all.
You know, I think that maybe David Gray left town, like Hester said, and that we should alert the police, tell them that we've got the sword and that Gray's got the helmet.
No way, forget it.
But what if he did leave town?
He didn't!
How can you be so sure? I mean, nobody's seen him.
Listen, baby, I don't need to see him to know that he's in town. He's like a bad used car. You can't get rid of him. I'm telling you, I know he's here. He also knows that we have the sword, and he wants the sword, he's going to come to us to get it.
Then why hasn't he?
Because he's patient. And if we want him, we have to be patient, too.
It's not one of my strongest traits.
Well, it ain't one of my strongest traits either, baby, but we got no choice. And if my instincts are correct, he's going to come after it soon. Very soon. What are you looking for, Monica? Some socks that need darning?
Well, good morning, Alan.
Hardly your size, my dear.
What?
What you're holding there in your hand.
Oh, you mean these?
Yes. They're called swimming trunks, my dear.
Oh, yes, I know what they're called. I really didn't think that you would be needing these at a medical convention in New York, Alan.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I do need them.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know they were going to have an extra panel discussion underwater on hydrotherapy.
No, but what they are going to have is a hotel where I'm staying that has a terrific sauna and a wonderful pool.
I don't really think, Alan, at a convention you would have time for water sports.
Come now, Monica, you know medical conventions, we have plenty of time for relaxation. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
Just relax.
Just relax. You see, I've been very, very tense since I moved back into this house with you.
Isn't that funny? It seems to me, if memory serves me right, you mentioned something about being very, very tense when you were living with what's-her-name.
Well, if I would have gone to more medical conventions, I wouldn't have been so tense.
Come on, Alan.
Come on, what?
You are not going to New York, and you know it.
Well, of course he is. We're leaving together on the same flight.
Well, then, Edward, I can assure you that he isn't going to stay there long. In fact, I'll bet you $1 that he is flying on to join Susan on her cruise.
Your jealousy is flattering.
Oh, well, don't flatter yourself in thinking I am jealous, darling.
Really? What else do you call it, darling?
If you are meeting Susan on that cruise, I would call it a noose around your neck that will strangle you when I get you to court.
Alan, she's not right, is she? You wouldn't actually be dumb enough to risk a rendezvous with Susan.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
You sit right back down. You're not going anywhere until you finish your yogurt.
All right, I'm eating.
Well, I certainly hope if you're going to drive all the way to Gibbsville and back in one day that you're at least going to get something out of the trip.
I do, too. It's the first real solid week we've had.
You know there's always the chance that she's not going to know anything.
I realize that, but there's a good solid chance that she might know something.
What if she does and she doesn't want to tell you?
Leslie, if she knows that Packey took a bribe, I think it'll show in her face whether she admits it or not.
She could also have given him the money.
And there's a possibility of that, too. Whatever she gives me, I'm going to take. Look, why don't you pick up a takeout or something tonight and keep it warm in case I'm late, right?
Wait a minute, don't go. Just turn around and look at this team table. Look at that guy.
Yeah, all right.
That's the one I told you about. That's the one that I saw yesterday. And I said he looked like the guy that tied me up at the clinic. Do you think he's following us?
There's one way to find out.
Oh, please be careful.
Be diplomatic, don't worry. Sorry, Dr. Richard Weber, how are you?
So?
Well, I was just wondering why you were here at the hospital.
Well, from what I know, there are only 2 reasons to be in a hospital. 1, you're sick. 2, you know somebody who's sick.
Which one are you?
2, my mother's up on 7. I visit her every chance I get. Why?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Johnson.
Johnson. What room your mother's in?
702.
I'm really sorry. I thought you were someone else, and then you looked very familiar. Sorry to have bothered you.
Yeah, sure.
He says he's visiting his mother.
Do you believe him?
All I can do is check admissions on the way out. But I don't leave now. I've got to keep some.
Okay, good luck.
Be here at 6 o'clock or the job is over. Do you understand? So long, pal.
You know, something worries me.
What's that?
It's about the plan.
It's a good plan.
I agree with you. I just don't know if we've taken everything into consideration.
What's to consider? We got the sword. He wants it. He's going to come after it. I lost count.
Think about it. How many people come on board this ship each week?
80, 200. I would say between employees and the customers, if we're lucky, 200-300. 200.
Think about it. That is a lot of faces.
That's right, but there's only one face like the tall man's.
How do you know that he's going to come here in person? There were all those men there at the museum with helmets on. If they came on board the ship, we wouldn't recognize them.
That is correct. I've lost count again.
Don't you see that what is worrying me?
Sure.
Well,
Look, I can't work here with you doing this. I'm going to have to go somewhere else. I'll tell you the answer to your question. The answer to your question is we are very, very careful with any strangers that show up, okay?
The Maggas has left me in charge of retrieving the sword of Iskandar from Spencer.
Since Spencer hasn't returned it to the authorities, it's either hidden on the haunted star or with a trusted friend. Therefore, we must put our plan into effect immediately. Your code name?
Ava. My assignments, Tiffany Hill and Dr. Weber.
You've arranged for the uniform.
I took care of it last night.
Very good. How do you intend to get into the diner?
This Rose Kelly reportedly has a soft heart. Gives out handouts for chores around the diner. If she knows anything about the sword, I'll find out.
Excellent. Is your equipment ready?
All I have to do is tap the yacht's phone line and we're in business.
What about you?
Once they need a bartender, I'll be ready. We'll work together to arrange that.
And I trust all of you will work together in support.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. There's nothing more to be said. Infiltrate, listen, watch, and report back to me. Good luck, my friends.
Which question is that?
Well, the one that requires a very simple yes or no answer. Are you going to New York in that medical convention, or are you flying off to meet your mistress on that cruise?
Yes.
Yes, what?
You said you wanted a simple yes or no answer. I just gave the answer. The answer's yes.
Alan, don't be cute. This is serious.
All right, I won't be cute. I will be serious. But I don't want you starting in because I've already had it from Lee Baldwin reading the riot act to me up and down if I see Susan before the divorce action's over.
I knew it. You are meeting Brown Eyes.
I couldn't help it. I had to agree to it. If I didn't, I would have lost her.
That would have been a profit, not a loss. But then you never did have a very good business sense.
Listen, it was you who suggested the cruise.
Yeah, for her, not for you. You know, if Monica finds out about this, you've had it, my boy.
She won't.
Oh, you've taken precautions, huh?
Of course.
Well, you know, Monica is no dummy. If you make one slip-up, she's going to be down your throat faster than a gin fizz.
Do I look like a dummy to you? Don't answer that question. I have covered every possible angle, sir. She will not find me out. I'm going to check into the convention hotel before I fly off to St. Thomas.
You know, what if she contacts one of your doctor buddies?
They will swear up and down I'm in the hotel.
What about the hotel manager?
A small but wisely distributed investment will mean I will not only own him, but everybody else in the hotel, which includes bellhops, doormen, and chambermaids.
Oh, Alan.
Maid service. Miss Hill?
Not today.
Management policy, Miss Hill.
You're not my regular maid, are you?
Ma'am?
My regular maid knows that if I don't have a maid service sign out here, she's not to disturb me under any circumstances.
Your regular maid has the flu today. I'm just the temp.
Well, fine, then. Why don't you just skip me and go someplace...
Wait.
Hello?
Miss Hill?
I think so. It's still a little early, but I believe this is she.
I'm glad to hear it. This is Captain Ramsey calling.
What about, Captain?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that explosion at the Haunted Star.
Explosion? What explosion?
The one that half of Port Charles heard. I wanted to talk to you about it last night, but I got tied up on another case.
Well, darling, I really don't think that I can help you. I don't know anything about it.
Miss Hill, you were there that night, and I'm trying to get all potential witnesses to meet me here at Kelly's Diner a little later. Will you come down?
Do I have a choice?
Why, of course. You can come voluntarily, or I'll have you subpoenaed.
All right, I'll be right down. Thank you, Captain Ramsey.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh. Come in. I'm going to be out of your way after all. Oh, yes, darling, if the phone rings, please don't bother answering it.
Whatever you say, Miss Hill.
Tell me, Rose, you think I'm out of my mind?
Why would I think that?
Well, you know Luke and his friends, their loyalty sometimes to a fault. Do you think I'm crazy to think that they might go against his story?
Well, maybe it's true. Maybe it's just fireworks.
Oh, come on. Now, what did you say about that explosion? It rattled your windows? How many fireworks displays can do that?
I wouldn't know, but it seems like the only logical explanation to me.
Dan, now just listen to yourself. You're just like all the rest of them. I think I'm fighting windmills here.
Now, Bert, it's not that bad.
I'll tell you after I talk to them.
So who do you have coming down here so far?
Well, first I've got Harry, their bartender, Tiffany, and that just leaves Miss Templeton.
Laura or Jackie?
Jackie. She's the one that Joe Kelly said he saw on the deck right after the explosion, and well, she could be the key to this whole thing.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
Are you Rose Kelly?
Jackie Templeton.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm Keith Johnson. I'm new in town. And some of the boys down at the docks told me if I was looking for a job, I might find one here.
Gee, I'd like to help you out, but I have all the people I need right now.
Oh,
Look, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Dishwasher, anything. I don't care about the pay. It's just I'm down to my last quarter, and after him, my next stop will have to be the rescue mission.
Let me tell you something. It's very important. Then I wouldn't like to talk to you.
All right. I guess I could use a busboy dishwasher. The pay is minimum wage, and you get 1 meal per shift. Sound fair?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Might as well get you started right away. There's an apron back in the kitchen. Grab it. There's plenty of dishes to keep you busy for a while.
Oh, you're right. I'll get right on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, really? Oh, good. Yes, I thought you'd see what I meant. Good. I'd appreciate it. And I'd also appreciate it if you'd get here as fast as you can. Yes. Thank you very much. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, it's like pulling teeth.
What?
That whole group. I can't tell you what it's taking out of me to get them all to come down here and talk to me.
Nobody likes talking to a cop.
Oh, thanks a lot. Especially when you're
Rose.
trying to hide something.
Hey, Harry, how's it going?
Fine, I'm looking for a Bert Ramsey.
Well, you're not going to have to look very far. I take it you're Harry?
Captain Ramsey?
Hi. Good to meet you.
Said you had some questions about the explosion.
Well, that's right, and the first one is a rather important one. Do you think that explosion could have been a bomb?
I really don't want to go see what
Now
happens.
listen to me. Listen to me. You stick with the story about the fireworks. No explosion, no bomb. Just the fireworks. You got it?
Yes.
Excuse me, folks. I'm looking for a Luke Spencer.
Yeah, you found him.
I'm with the telephone company. We're putting in a new transformer up the street so we can increase the call loads down here on the docks. Your phone may be out temporarily when we make the switch over.
Yeah, fine. As long as it's temporary, okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, all right.
Before I go, can I say something?
Go ahead. What?
How much harm do you think it would do to let Ramsey in on this?
Harm, you will blow the whole gig. Do you understand? Can you dig it?
I dig the fact that you don't think the police are very competent.
No, it's not a matter of competence. It's the fact that through my life, I have found out that the police have never helped me whatsoever. Now, the last thing I want is the police to step in and stop Gray from coming to me. Do you understand?
I think so.
All right. I also think you better get going before Ramsey sends out the bloodhounds.
All right. Not
Go.
real thrilled.
What? And remember, fireworks.
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 Gotcha. Got it.
Packey, sit down.
Why?
Well, all this pacing back and forth isn't going to help you relax.
I'm sorry. All getting cooped up like this, it's gotten to get to me.
Well, why don't you walk down into town and get something for lunch?
Oh, sure. I'll just waltz down Main Street in the middle of the day, huh? I already told you. I can't risk that.
Well, who in Gibbsville knows you? Nobody could possibly recognize you.
Maybe you're right.
Of course I am. Just go down to Freddie's Deli. It's on 3rd Street, just 5 blocks away. The walk will do you good.
Okay. Did I get you anything?
No, I'm going to use up the leftover meatloaf.
Okay, I'll be back in like about... You answer that, but remember, you haven't seen me.
Mrs. Moore, I'm Dr. Richard Weber. I'm from Port Charles. I knew your brother Packey there. I'd like to talk to you about something. It's very important. May I come in?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate this. I really do. I was with Packey when he was shot.
Shot?
No, the police didn't tell you.
No, nobody told me anything.
Yes, he was shot, and they assume that he's dead. I'm sorry that I'm the one that has to tell you that.
No, it's quite all right. I appreciate your coming this far.
I know it's not the most opportune time, but it's very, very important. May I ask you a few questions, do you mind?
About Packey?
Yes, I'm trying to find out who shot him. As a fight manager, in the years that he served in that capacity, did he ever talk to you about it?
No, hardly ever at all. All I knew was he moved around a lot and he used to send postcards, that sort of thing.
2 years ago, when his wife was so ill and she died, he paid the hospital bills, a very large hospital bill, and there was very little insurance payoff. He paid it with cash. Do you know where he got the money?
No.
I was thinking maybe there was an inheritance or someone loaned him the money in the family, like you did. Did you loan him the money?
Oh, no, not at all. We Moores have never had very much.
Did he ever discuss it with you?
No, never.
Sorry. Are you all right?
Did someone come with you?
No.
I just saw a strange man outside that window.
Check it out. You and my wife both think there's somebody following me.
Wanted housekeeper for 2 busy doctors. Don't tell me you're feeling the effects of Alice's absence already.
Well, only if you could count a chaotic house, a lot of dirt, and an empty refrigerator as effects, then we're feeling them. Hey, listen, lady, you interested in working part-time? The pay stinks, but the benefits are terrific.
Benefits?
Hey, you get my company. Of course, you also get Amy, but we do balance that out with Rick and Mike.
I'd love to, but I'm taking care of the other half of Alice's vacation.
I know you're watching that easy.
I'm taking care of little Jason next.
Excuse me. Oh, Ruby.
Hi there.
Hey, hello. Listen, I was just going to grab a table. You want to join me?
Sorry, unusual request.
Why? What's unusual about that?
Well, we don't often have lunch together.
I know, and that is my fault. And I think we have a lot of catching up to do. Come on, I'm not threatening you.
I didn't think you were.
No. Matter of fact, I just really wanted some company. I'm going to be alone in that big house all weekend long. Well, at least I'll have somebody to join me for lunch.
Well, where are Edwin and Laura?
Oh, they're in Southampton, and Alan has gone to New York on a convention, and, well, even Susan, Alan's mistress, is off on a cruise. Well, matter of fact, I can't even think where that is. Do you know where the cruise is?
No, I just know they're on a cruise.
Funny. Do you have any idea where? I mean, I'm just a little curious. I wondered if it was an extensive cruise.
Well, it must be, because he's going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me, ladies. I would love to stay and chat, but I can't join you. I do at the waterfront clinic.
Oh, sorry.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Sorry I can't help you.
Miss Templeton, you're avoiding my question.
I've already answered your question.
No, you haven't. I no longer consider fireworks a logical explanation.
Well, perhaps you're barking up the wrong tree.
Excuse me, before this debate gets any more heated, would anybody like some lunch?
Not me. I've suddenly lost my appetite.
No, thanks. I have my brown bag back at the
Tiffany?
office.
No, darling, I'm still dieting. Rephrase that, I'm always dieting.
You are my last chance.
How about a bowl of chowder?
You got it.
Now, Miss Templeton, if you will listen to me very carefully.
Hey, Keith, would you dish up a bowl of chowder for me, please?
Big or small?
Big. It's for Harry the bartender.
Right away. There you go.
Ah, thanks. That looks great.
Well, let me ask you something else. I understand that you were quarreling with your sister just before you ran out and the explosion took place.
Well, she's explosive, darling, but I wouldn't exactly call her that explosive.
Please, please. Are you going to answer my question?
Well, I really wouldn't say that we were arguing.
All right, an altercation, disagreement, difference of opinion. But you were shouting at each other. Would you mind telling me what you were shouting about?
Her boyfriend.
The photographer?
Mel Wilson, you remember him, don't you?
Yes, he's left Port Charles. We checked his loft.
Should I care?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. Personally, I think it's very interesting that he disappeared at the same time David Gray did. Also more interesting that they both decamped the night that the museum had a break-in.
Captain, I find this all very interesting. But it has nothing. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe it doesn't mean anything to you, but I...
Oh, my goodness! Well, John and I didn't want him to fall in his clam chowder.
Rose, get over
You
here.
all right?
My goodness.
Easy.
What is it?
Wait a minute.
He just...
Well, I don't know. Maybe he seems sick. Maybe it's food poisoning. I don't know.
Oh, my chowder? Oh,
Come on. Come on, I'll take him over to emergency. Now, you girls can go back to the yacht. We'll table the questioning for now. I'll get to you later.
Let me help you get him to
All
the
right,
car.
come on. Here, easy.
Oh,
Whoops. Here, put your
gosh.
That's
Keith? Keith, throw out that chowder.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Listen, everything's set from here. Spencer will need a bartender tonight on the Haunted Star.
And you'll have one. A very special one.
Right.